Denise ATA membership. It was great to see so many of you at NATA. President Marshall, let's pause and recap our week here in Philly.
Let's definitely take a pause. We're here in the Southwest Terminal, getting ready to head home after a long, fun week here in Philly. It just was amazing. We got to run into a lot of fun people. We got to do a lot of sightseeing and just get to recharge and fill our cups.
It definitely filled my cup.
Yes, we needed that. Summertime's time for us to kind of just let loose and relax and be with our family and friends, and that's what NATA means to me.
Yeah, it's good to reunite with everybody, be in person.
We're finally back together, and it was a lot of fun to see people in person. So with that, I mean, we got to run into quite a few people.
Really cool people. Yeah, we saw some big names in athletic training.
We went to the keynote speaker, and after the keynote, we got to run into President McKune. So let's have a moment and see what he has to say on our pause.
We just finished the keynote speaker. We are pausing now with D5 President Rusty McKune.
Hi, Rusty.
Hi.
Thank you for meeting up with us today and taking a moment to pause. We would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
We all strive to have work-life balance, and it's really hard to pour from an empty cup. Can you please tell us what fills your cup?
Well, for those who know me, Scott, of course. I think that for those who do know me, I like a lot of fluff in my coffee. Notice I haven't had one yet this morning, but I think that when we're talking work-life balance, we have to make sure that we really fill our cup with the things that help us grow. So if we're using the coffee analogy, we want to make sure we have a lot of coffee, but we also want to make sure that we have some cream and stuff. And I think that the challenge that so many of us have as volunteers is that we tend to fill it in. That's me especially. I like a lot of cream. I like a lot of fluff. And so a lot of times what matters and what really should be driving me tends to become overpowered by some of that fluff. And so I think that, one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is that there's a happy balance. And because if we're after the caffeine or we're after whatever we're after that's making us go, we've got to make sure that it's the right thing for driving us. But we also want to make sure that the sweet things on the side keep it interesting, and the things that we have that help make us enjoy it and enjoy what's driving us, make sure that we have those things and have that balance.
That's a great analogy. And that was so great to meet up with Rusty. He is so busy and has a lot going on during this week, but it was really nice to see him and get to catch up with him at the keynote speakers and get to listen to those wonderful people and ladies that do so much for the NATA.
And speaking of that, we got to pause with President Dieringer herself. How cool was that?
She's amazing. So let's just take a minute and see what she has to say.
We just finished the NATA Hall of Fame ceremony, and with us we are pausing with NATA President Kathy Dieringer. Kathy, thanks for being with us.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for being with us today. And this is a busy week for you, and we know you've been planning, and now it's finally here. So we would just like to know, it takes a lot to make that work-life balance, and it's hard to pour from an empty cup. So what do you do to fill your cup? In general, what do you do?
So, two things. I play a lot of golf, and I like golf because I want to be outside, but chasing that little white ball is a challenge, and it takes me away from everything else. Also, when I'm really frustrated, I can imagine people's names on their faces on the ball, so that's helpful too. The other thing is I'm a gardener, and there is nothing more therapeutic than going out to the weeds. So those two things, it's all about taking my mind away from whatever
Just life in general?
Right, and doing mindless things, so that helps me.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, we want to wish you a great rest of your week, and you're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for being very empowered.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
It's so great to meet up with Kathy. She is such an inspiration, not only for women, but just athletic trainers and ATA.
Absolutely. And what about the next pause? It was delightfully unexpected.
See what you did there, Philly.
Yes.
Yes, it was a very delight because we were on our way to an education and some meetings, and we got to run into Denise Fandel.
One of our very own.
Let's see what she has to say about Philadelphia.
We're walking around NATA and ran into Denise Fandel, so we wanted to take a pause and say congratulations on getting your degree jacket.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Wow. Class of 2020, you had your moment to get on stage and empower us.
We did. We survived COVID. We were all healthy enough to get here. At least 5 of us were. So we were very grateful.
Well, we're so proud of you, and we know that District 5, and especially Nebraska, is where your heart is. So
Exactly.
we want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. But we just would like to ask you a quick question.
Sure.
You know, it's NATA, I know you enjoyed Philly and out and about. So, what life is hard, and we strive to have work-life balance. So, what do you do to fill your cup?
Well, it's probably not a fair question for me at this phase in my life compared to, you guys, because I just kind of still want to retire. Kind of flunked retirement. I'm an athletic trainer. Yeah.
You
So
are an athletic trainer.
I am an athletic trainer, so it's difficult to not be busy all the time. But I like to be outdoors. And so right now, time is at the lake. It's mowing lawns, it's spending time with family because we gather, and it's a big family, so we gather.
So you're back up in Minnesota.
I'm back up in Minnesota. Yep. Went back up there. Grew up in central Minnesota. So if you're lucky enough to live in the lake, you're lucky enough.
You're lucky.
Right. Yep. But I leave when it's time to snow shovel. Don't want to do the shovel.
That's smart.
Yeah. But reading, connecting with friends and family, love to play board games. Just bounce it out, and this is the season to try and get the golf game back into shape. And get off the Peloton and actually get out on bikes and on the roads if it's safe.
It's so great to see Denise Fandel get her coat, and knowing she was inducted in 2020 and she didn't get to have her stage time. So it's really fantastic experience for her to get that moment. I'm glad she got it.
Yeah, and to have her wear her green coat all over last night after the board certification ceremony where we got to see Becky Doctor get her prestigious award. Then we were able to pause with Ann Minton, and that was very
Ann
special.
Minton is the CEO of the board of certification, and it was really nice to get another aspect of athletic training because board of certification is a big aspect of us. So it was really nice to have a moment to pause with her. So let's take a second and see what she has to say. It's so great to catch up with you today. It's been crazy working up to today, and NATA is here now, and I know we've been working. So it's hard to pour from an empty cup. What's your favorite thing? So how do you fill your cup? You've been so busy.
First of all, this has been an amazing week. NATA did such a fabulous job. So, such a great week. I'll get home, and thankfully when I get home, I'm celebrating my dad's 96th birthday. So we're going to have a birthday party. So cake always fills my cup. I love cake. And my family. So I love to just spend time with my family when I'm done traveling. It's just a great reset when I get to go home, be with family. And then, of course, we'll probably go golfing on 4th of July, and that helps too. So
It does
get
help
out golfing.
the holidays right after this. So
It
a couple
does.
extra days to refresh. That was great. But we just want to say thank you for taking time to meet up with us today and enjoy the rest of your NATA. And thank you for
Thank you for letting me on. Thank you.
What a great time it's been in Philly.
I feel refreshed. I really don't because I'm tired. But
My cup is full.
Yes, and I'm excited to get back to my family, but it's just been a wonderful time. I love every minute of being with my coworkers, just everyone.
Really quick, President Marshall, can you give, at a local level, for Nebraska, just a quick update, any announcements?
Yeah, sure. Since our summer education conference, the executive board has met once, and with the summer coming, we're going to kind of slow down a little bit to give everyone some time. But we did have a meeting, and we did accept and approve the secondary school's proposal for hurt tanks. So that will be going through. So we'll be looking at emails and wait for Andrew Sheridan to reach out to get those hurt tanks distributed. And we have safety in football, which is
Yeah,
coming up.
speaking of secondary schools, we have safety in football. Please sign up. Send me an email, cec@nsata.org, or call or text me, and we'll get you signed up for safety in football.
So those are the two big things coming up out of the NSATA, and we we have a few other things on our docket, but we'll just take some time to refresh and let everyone get their feelings for the summer. So, catch up with you next month. Have a great
Thank
4th
you.
of July. Bye.